my name is Leila. Welcome to my Leila Life channel. Doing a how-to video. I haven't done a how-to video since how to meditate. Also how to exercise. I did how to exercise. So how to be successful. Okay, I'm gonna take off my chappy. I'm sorry. This is a disclaimer. When I say successful, I don't mean happy. I don't mean how to be happy, and I definitely don't mean how to be joyful in life. I mean how to make money in this world, right? What we define as success. So being able to drive the car that you want, being able to live in the house that you want, and making, I don't know, let's make an example of 6 figures, basically. Imagine. And I'm letting you know how to do that, how to start a business of that nature. So, number 1, intention. I'm so sorry about the state of the car. Anyway, intention. So I decided my intention in primary school, high school. I wanted to make money. And I was gonna do it by any means necessary. I mean, one day my mom even asked me what I want to do, and I said, you know, I could be a taxi driver, because I saw how much money they make. And in my mind, that was a lot. So intention in terms of what do you want to do. So my goal was always to make money. As I grew up, so primary school, I knew whatever I do in my life has to make money. High school, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I think it was always medicine. I always wanted to be a doctor. Secondly was then high school, where I decided I wanted to be a doctor. Now the reasoning for being a doctor, I won't lie, of course the typical reason is to help people, which is nice. It's a very noble career, and it's a beautiful thing to be able to say, this is what's wrong with the body, let's give it this medication. But the main issue there was that I was saying in my mind, immediately when you leave varsity, you get into a community service, and it's like 3 years for doctors. It's 3 years or something, where you literally pay, the government pays you to do your community service. And I researched that early, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to be a part of that, and it's an obligatory thing, you know, and they have to pay you, and it's like a whole thing. You're on a appraisal. So I really researched that, and I thought, yes, let me be a doctor. So unfortunately my marks didn't reflect my intellect. I'm lying. I mean, I got 70s, I got 80s, but I didn't get enough. I didn't get enough to be part of medicine, right? But I did get enough to be in health sciences, doing science. They went into physiotherapy because it's a profession, number 1. Number 2, they also have ComServe. It's only 1 year. But again, it's the idea of immediately after varsity, you can start making money. But I did work hard in high school. I think that's something that we also need to speak about. So number 1 is intention. If your intention is in life is to make money, you will explore the different ways in which you can make money in your mind, in the real world, in whatever. You have to have that intention. Number 2 is determination. Is it determination? I don't know. Putting in the work. Work hard. Okay, that's number 2. Putting in the work. Because when I wanted to be a doctor and I thought it was still a possibility and I wanted an 80 for everything, I studied really hard. You know, we're talking about like, matric is like, you gotta do it, dog. No one's gonna come and do it for you. What does that mean in terms of your social life as a teenager and things like that? Forget about it. Put it aside. Everybody went to this party. Why? It doesn't matter. Okay, good for them. I mean, I never had a choice to go to the parties, but I really do now. I'm thankful for that. So relax, stay at home, learn how to do maths. There's maths books like Clicks. There's math. Is it Clicks? These other math books I used. Holidays, I was busy with math books so that I could get maths. I was busy hard on that math mark. Not enough for medicine, surely. Okay, so work hard. Now, after high school, you get to varsity. Okay, and I'm talking about the general way of success, right? I'm not talking about like the one A-liars that, you know, go straight into business and stuff. I know people that do that and they are phenomenal, but I'm talking about the straight route that they teach you about at school, that straight route of like academics and, you know, being a scientist, working on a certain thing, you know, academic route, teaching, like accounting, being a lawyer, you know, all those things. Now varsity, that's where this stuff comes in terms of like where in the world do you want to fit, where in the world do you want to be. I knew I always wanted to be in a hospital. Had to be in a hospital, and I had to be wearing scrubs, different colors every day, so that I don't have to decide what to wear every day. Number two, it's uniform. No one can judge you for wearing uniform. So decided those things long time ago. Again, back to intention. When I was deciding what do I want to do with my life, you have to sit down and say, what do I want to do with my life? Not necessarily what car do I want to drive or what house do I want to live in, or, you know, no, what do I want to do with my life? Like, what do I want to do with my life? And mine was always, I want to make money. And I always thought, and my family always emphasized education. So I always go back to education. I think that's the best one. That's the best way that I thought about it when I was a kid. I do have a friend who owns farms. He went to the same high school as me, and we spoke about this recently. You know, he didn't get the highest marks in high school, and he wasn't really into high school, you know. But when he left, he went into his family's business and was in farms. And that makes sense to me. I mean, I get it, you know. That doesn't mean it's like, it's not it's a very it's unconventional, but it happens. So I'm talking about the academic route. So now you're in varsity. You've left primary school, you've done your intentions, you know what you want to do, you know who you want to be, you know how much money you want to make, you know what cars you want to drive, you know which houses you kind of want to live in, you know, like the basics. Do you want kids? Do you want a husband? Do you want what? Do you want a dog? Do you want whatever? You know, what you define it. Do you want to be a traveler? You define it, and you put an intention to it, and you say, this is what I want to do in a sentence, right? And then secondly is the hard work, right? You work. I'm talking about like weekends. Don't stop studying because it's a weekend. Who put that rule in the book that you don't study because it's a weekend? Study, dog. Be inside the house, you know. Be one of those kids that people are like, oh, she's always studying. Oh yeah, I used to be in the library at break time until I had like proper friends. I used to go into the library at break time and chill, study. That's how I met so many people, the ones that were also in the library. So study, work hard, work so hard. Number 3. Oh yeah, sorry, you were saying now you're in varsity. So you have to have discipline. So that's, I guess, it like goes together. That's like rule 3. Discipline. You can't make it without discipline. You can't say to yourself, I'm gonna wake up at 8, and then you don't wake up at 8, you don't wake up at 9, you wake up at 10, wake up at 11, and then 12, and then, but you told yourself you're gonna wake up at 8. No one said this is the schedule, no one said this is the, And I've seen it live on my live drive, because there was a year in varsity where I didn't attend lectures, man. I was over it. And I would get in the car, drive to school, and just sit there at school. Mind you, my biggest misery was that, like, I had a car, I had an apartment very close to school, and like I used to drive 6 minutes per day to school, and yeah, I had an apartment. I had my own apartment. So yes, the misery was there, but I just want to put it in context that it may not necessarily be equal misery, but it was miserous either way. And I'd be so sad and so depressed. But anyway, determination. You have to have self-discipline. You have to have self-discipline. Like, you have to have self-discipline. If you are a young lady like me, we are very beautiful. There are some who have like different features to me, but they are still beautiful, and society deems beauty to be a virtue, and we are dealt with that responsibility of being beautiful, and it's a big one, but we deal with it and we go forward. I know that a lot, and the reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of Instagram stuff is like telling you or showing you that the best thing to do is to be a housewife and live at a man's house and stuff. I guess it is the easiest way. It definitely is the easiest way to do it. You have to just be quiet. You get the right man and you keep quiet. You don't voice your opinions. You keep quiet. I guarantee you, in a year of being absolutely quiet, you will get married. I don't have those configurations. I don't have those, what's the word? Configurations. So I don't think I'll ever be in that position. But if that is a very easy way, and Instagram shoves it down our throats, you know, the Instagram moms with their Lululemon tracksuits, and then they have the big cars, and then it's like, you're a mom, you're a housewife, doing Pilates in the morning. Okay, it happens. I think I've definitely seen a lot of, stay-at-home girlfriends and stuff, but we're not talking about that. That can lead to other things, that can lead to happiness, that can lead to gratitude or something. I don't know what, people say having children is for purpose. It's for a purpose and stuff, and they have children. Good for them, you know what I mean? But that does not lead to success. Okay? Having children, getting married, is not going to lead you to success. And this is a video about how to get to success. So, revert. Determination, hard work. Determination, hard work. What's the first one? Intention. So if your intention is to be a mom and to be a housewife and stuff, and to make life easy, you're gonna have to watch a different video, because you can't do this. You can't be in the library. You have to go out and meet the people. It's a whole other video. But if you want to be successful and you want to make money yourself, this is the video. Okay, so hard work. Work hard. Be determined. There will be a lot of temptations, especially in university. That's how I got so sidetracked, because there will be a lot of temptations in university. Temptations to get, and I was saying this, the beauty department of life, it's difficult, because once you get to varsity, those men want to shower you with things, especially if you're in Joburg or Cape Town. You go out with your friends for a salad. Before you know it, you upstairs at Rockets, before you know it, but you dressed for it. But you're there for the salad. My prime time was Braamfontein. So those will be there. But those will be there even later. Trust me, I can go to Braamfontein today. Catch a flight to Bram. Just to have some fun. But it goes back to hard work. What's the point of life? Does that make me money or does that lose me money? Okay. That's the fourth one. When you get these temptations in varsity and stuff, remember you're there to study. If you get the temptation to be with a boy and make his food and to cook for him or something, don't do that. That's time for you to study. He's going to be studying and now he's going to be eating. I've seen it somewhere. Like, not in somewhere, I've seen it in varsity. But girls will go to their boyfriend's apartment, cook, clean and stuff. And then he's out there studying. Not even out there, sometimes he's in there while you clean. He's studying. So he's going to get that 80%. You're going to get like 30%. You're going to get like 30%. But you're in the same varsity, probably doing the same course. Why are you not at home studying? Is your intention to be a housewife? Because that's another video. If you want to be successful, you have to focus. So then, you have to focus. You have that direction. You have to have determination to go into that direction. You have to know what you want and do what you want to do. If your intention is to be a housewife with 5 children at home, my love, this is not the video to watch. If your intention is to be happy in life, to be an artist, to be a poetry person, I don't know what makes people happy, to be a singer, that's good. And I think people can get success from that. But I'm not talking about that. That's a different video. We're talking about academics. We're talking about going the the typical route. It's not natural. It's not. Naturally, we should be not working at all. But anyway, the typical route of success: education, government job, private job, own business. The typical way. That's what I'm talking about. So get to varsity and study, boo. Don't go to the parties. I'm not saying don't go to a party. Go to the parties. But I guarantee to you the parties will be there even when you have the money. I guarantee to you the parties will be more and more accessible to you. The VIP zones. I used to go to VIP zones in varsity. Unfortunately, I did. And those are the years that I was not successful. On the years that I was successful, I was in the library the whole day. Okay? I was in the library the whole day. And the thing about it is, you can, I could fail. I can still fail. Because my background will catch me. I'm currently in my mom's car. My background will catch me if I fall. Not everybody can fall. I've fallen, and all that happened was, okay, go back to school again. Okay? It's easy. It's quick and easy. Yes, to me, not to my mom. I'm sure she was devastated. But anyway, you will fall into temptations because you're a beautiful young lady, and it's tough to be a beautiful young lady in this world, or beautiful young man. It's a tough situation where old people just want you around. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying you can be in the VIP zone. You can be at the table. I want that table over there. The minimum spend, ma'am, is 10K. That's easy. Let's go. Random Wednesday in the middle of Durban. Do it. At the end, you do it in the middle, you will be stuck there. Lots of people have failed. Lots of people have gone down. It happens. You fail your degree when about izupekela mfana yena astudisha, you palama exam, in palama test, you're failing, you're not studying. Study, do the hard work, be determined. Are you there to party? Are you there to study? Are you there to be a housewife? Are you there to have children? What are you there to do? What are you there to do? And the answer is to study. 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 Sit down at the library and study. When I say at the library or at home, doesn't matter which one. Wits is where I went, and let me tell you, they had so many library zones. I know all the library zones. I used to just sit there. There's 24-hour library places after school. Go sit there. There was one time when I was with a friend, sorry, Dr. Precious, and we would like sit in those like study rooms, dude. Like we would sit there till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Next day, it's a Saturday or it's a Sunday. Come back again. You go geza, you go take your rice, because we live in rain. You take your rice, you take your take your books for the day, you go to the library, you study. We're going there. Let me tell you something. There's nothing fun about these places. There's nothing fun about these places. When you're done with work, you will do it in the proper way. Okay, so the next one is use your foundational income to make another income. My uncle sells like chips and stuff at my grand's house. Not at the house, but like in the neighborhood. I have another uncle who has a stall that side as well. It's like you're using your foundational income to make another income. Small things. This is South Africa we're talking about. Small things. Go back. I stand. Something, I don't know. Do something with your foundational income to make passive income, because once you have passive income, that's when you are proper. So good luck with all this. I wish you wealth. I wish you happiness. I don't know how you're gonna get happiness. I'm sorry, it's not this way. It doesn't come with succeeding. I think I said before, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it that last clip. He's gonna leave you for, you know, when we were talking about like the guy and going there to cook, he's gonna leave you for the girl who's going to cook, and he's probably gonna marry her and she's gonna be the housewife. You're probably gonna have to see this if you want to see it, if you're on that side of social media where she is at. If you don't, you don't have to see it. And it's gonna be fun for her. She's gonna be living her best life. And I think for housewife content, you can always search for it. There is so much of it, and house girlfriend content. I love it as well. I love it. I love it. I love it for them. But this is not the video for that. I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying it's the other side. It's the other side. The side that gets left behind. You know, the side that gets left behind. It goes somewhere else. So if your goal is to succeed and to make money, this is not happiness. I can tell you now, it's not equal. It's not equal. One is not equal to the other, and it doesn't mean that I'm saying once you get the VR headsets and the PS5 and the TV and the Mercedes and the car and the dog, you're not gonna be happy. I don't know.